What's the haps? I'm Meroka and today I'm only taking a quick look at Planet Diver by Fabraz. It's an arcadey little title about a girl who wants to dive into planets. It's on her bucket list, so she goes and does just that. It's not really the greatest, most gripping piece of narrative I've ever known in my life, but it certainly explains why we're doing what we're doing, which is jumping into holes in planets and dodging things in search of fame and glory and high scores and stuff like that. Before we jump into any holes, first and foremost, I suppose let's have a look at the preferences. We have resolution options, which is odd in-game because it is Unity, and Unity stuff, the resolution is normally done in the launcher. It doesn't need to have that launcher, so you can set the resolution there as well. So I get both options there. You can do it in two different places. Great. Music and sound, less ideal. You've kind of got your music and sound on checkboxes there, rather than sliders. Those should really be on sliders. That is not great. They clearly know how to put in sliders, because right down here at the bottom we have an FOV slider. No, they don't. Because it's not that kind of game. It doesn't need an FOV slider. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's been put in there purely for the sake of trying to bait Total Biscuit into covering this game. I know that much. Got a Vlambeer shake. Okay, the game's getting kind of referential and strange now. So yeah, they added screen shake, but Vlambeer are famous for their screen shake, right? You played the Vlambeer games? Yeah, they all got screen shake. So yeah, that's now a Vlambeer shake. There are more references. We will definitely get to those later. Visual effects doesn't quite tell me what that is. Remove visual effects for better performance. Okay, I don't know what effects it's going to remove, but well, it's not a terribly complex game to begin with. I think you shouldn't have too much trouble running it, other than the fact that it is locked at 30 frames per second. So that's not great either. It's a fairly fast-paced kind of twitchy kind of thing, so it'd be very, very nice to be able to make it run at 60, wouldn't it? If it was a slower turn-based kind of thing, I could forgive it, but when we're trying to dodge things at high speed, I'd rather have the highest frame rate I could possibly manage. 30's decidedly less than optimal. So the options menu, they're not so great for me. I just clicked on the screen on the background and it did things. I didn't know that did things. Huh. Yeah, okay, they got a bit of a Hearthstone-y thing going on in the background, I guess. Play with the environment, why not? That's always fun to see it, if nothing else. I don't know what else does things. Do the barrels do things? They don't. Anyway, we have levels. We have a set of 3 different planets right up at the top above the menu. Click on the planets, you can go to the different ones. The third one is still locked to me. In fact, the second one's supposed to be locked. You're supposed to finish the first planet, but if you go into the shop, you can sort of shortcut things by spending money on it. The first section was taking a little too long for my liking. I was like, I want to see more of this game, really, so I just like, I'll buy the second one. So I did. So you kind of got a rocky, lava-y kind of planet for the first one. You got a tropical paradise kind of one for the second one. Third one is supposedly a comet, I guess. Don't know. Haven't seen it yet. Alright, we've got 25 stages in each with 3 stars. That's a fairly standard format, right? You've seen that kind of thing a million times. The objectives are fairly varied, though, to be fair. I mean, first level, we've got to kill 5 bats. You're jumping through a cave. There are lots of bats. You need to kill them on your way down. Fair enough. This one is reach an average speed of 1, 2, or 3 on your way down. So totally different objective there. This one, use a mod to shoot down bats. They give you a mod for the level. There's a few levels they're like, here, trial run one of these mods that you can buy in the shop so that you can get a taste for them before you buy them, which is kind of a nice touch, rather than, because they're fairly expensive in the shops. So being able to give them a bit of a test drive before you actually buy them is kind of a nice touch. Being able to go, you know, if I'm going to drop like a couple hours worth of currency earned in this game into actually getting some toys to play with, I would like to be able to test drive it, and you can, so that's pretty cool. We have don't take damage on your way down, kill specific enemies on your way down, combo kills, stay hurt, stay below your maximum health for a cumulative total of 30 seconds, which is an interesting challenge. We've also got a few ones that are just survival ones, just like, can you go as far as you can? In my case, the answer is no. I got a bronze medal on that one. We shall have a look at, let's do, in fact this one is a survival one, it's kind of the first basic survival one, which I suppose gives a taste of some of the mechanics, so we'll go into here. So we got a little bit of dialogue between the diver, who is only ever known as Diver in the game, and the little robotic companion Buddy, who floats above her shoulder. Buddy, I swear to God, belongs in a Bungie game, just a smart aleck orb robot that floats around. That's just Bungie, right? So, yeah, they have a bit of a chit-chat. You can't skip this, not that I'm aware of, and once you've seen it once, you kind of wish you could skip it. So, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do that. So we can move left and right with, well, with A and D and W and S. W lets us do a backflip, S lets us do a dive. I think you can use the arrow keys as well. You can't actually use a gamepad for this. I mean, a gamepad seems like that would work fairly well. Or, well, again, it's Unity. You can bind things in Unity, so you probably can, but it would involve some tinkering. You can't by default, at least not from my experience. I tried playing around with a gamepad, and it just kind of wasn't having it. So, yeah, gamepad should work because it's so simple, but doesn't, yeah. Not out of the box at any rate. So yeah, it's as simple as WASD. D lets us do a dive. The dive is also an attack, unless you have modified it so that it is not. You can destroy things on the wall, you can destroy things in the air. There's a variety of different enemies. Some of them shoot, some of them will just sort of follow a path. Some of them will actively attack you. A bunch of bats there I want to go through. And we're trying to collect all the gold things on the way down, because they are points, they are currency. They will go into the bank at the end of the level, and we'll be able to use them to buy things. Whilst we're doing the backflip thing, we do get a moment of invulnerability, so those boulders that are coming past, if you're doing a backflip, they won't be able to hurt you while you're doing that. Same goes for enemies as well. If an enemy's attacking, you can just kind of dodge them by doing that. So look, oh, there's a boulder. Oh, I went through it because I can do a backflip. You may have noticed a moment ago, and is probably about to happen, yeah, the boulders and other environmental things will also hurt your enemies as well, so you can take out bats and whatnot with all the environmental hazards as well, which is kind of cool. That was a nice little combo there. If you take damage, well, your health's in the top left. If you take damage, you can regenerate those health meters by collecting the star stuff, the coins, the whatever you want to call them, the gold things. I think star stuff is the official term for them. So you collect those, your health will regenerate. It's kind of got bars going on. The bars are just how much damage you will take if you take a hit. And you just regenerate it a little bit at a time for each coin you collect. Eventually you'll fill up a bar and you can take another hit again. That's fairly simple. That's actually a lot of the mechanics. Obviously, you've got the boost and speed things. We've got a boost in the top right. So the blue bars are how many times I can boost. I should probably be looking to heal up here, I guess. Oh man, that's a lot of bats. Yeah, there we go. I really wish it wouldn't it should not keep the good level going whilst you're... It shouldn't keep the level going whilst you're saying, are you done here? On the survival levels, it keeps you going. If you want to, you don't have to. Once you reach a gold medal, it's like, yeah, I'm done here. Or you can keep going, but the game keeps going whilst the option's on the screen, so that's not great. Either way, yeah, that's done. Yeah, the boost in the corner, you've got a certain number of boosts, but doing a backflip will recharge one, and they recharge over time as well. And then the faster you go, the more points you get when you collect star stuff. So there you go. Let's have go through here. Let's kill enemies with lava. So this is slightly later on. We now go a little deeper into the planet's core. We still get a smart aleck robot giving us a bit of a chit-chat beforehand. There's still no way to shut them up. There's still no skip button. So eventually you can skip that actually. The countdown bit you can skip. So if you go too slowly, a wall of lava will destroy you. If you go too fast, you kind of leave the wall of lava behind, which is actually not what you want on this level too much, because you're supposed to be killing enemies with the lava. So if you go too quick, you leave it behind, and you end up having to fight all the enemies. Because of the objective, is kind of actually this level. Optimally, I suppose you need to kill all the enemies with the lava. If you're going for the gold medal, you want to be going at speed 2. I suppose if you're going for actual points, I guess you'd want to go at speed 3. You'd leave the lava behind, you kill all the enemies yourself, and collect all the coins as well on the way down. So, in order to actually get the best possible score in this, you just want to play it like at full speed. Speed gives you a better multiplier, gives you better points, gives you more to spend in the shop at the end of it. But at speed 2, the lava just keeps pace with you. Which is kind of weird. It almost kind of seems to strip a lot of the challenge out of it. It's kind of a nice middle ground where it's not going so slowly that it's too easy. It's like you can deal with that okay. So that's just kind of a weird one, really. We've got a Speedster. This is going to be one of the mods. I haven't done this level yet. This will access. One of the first mods in the shop is the Speedster mod. So Robot's got a bit of a paint job because he's got a shop promotion. The shop has given him a promotional item. And yeah, this one is going to give us, I believe, if I remember what Speedster mod does, it means we start at speed 2. It still says we're at speed 1 in the corner, but I guess we move at speed 2. And then if we use enough boosts, there is in fact a speed 4 available to us, which is ludicrous speed. I've not actually gone this fast before in the game. That's difficult to control. There are those explosive things, they're pretty difficult to deal with actually. They're one of the more challenging things. But aside from the boulders, yeah, you also get these sort of explosive boulders, which you just stay away from, really. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult level. If you die enough times in a level, it will take pity on you and it will give you, hey, here's like ultimate mode where you're like super crazy powerful and it's like not challenging at all. They give you 3 bars of health, they give you 4 bars of dash, they give you a special attack that means you deal damage to enemies all around you. There's a very good chance we might find it very soon, to be honest. So instead of just damaging your lane, because the whole thing is sort of lane based. So you get an attack that lets you deal damage to 3 lanes at once indeed, rather than just the one. And also when doing a backflip, you shoot a laser which injures everything in front of you, all enemies and obstacles and things, and get hit by a frickin' laser. So that's pretty potent. So yeah, it's not an outright skip button. If you're having trouble with contents, it's not a straight up skip button. It's definitely going to make your life a lot easier. It does mean you won't get any credit for finishing the level, but you might be able to finish the level. So there you go. There's where you're having trouble. I think if you die, 3 times in a row before finishing the level, this pops up and it's like, do you want super mode? So we do this. Let's have a look at super mode. Give you a look at what that is. So, change our character. Yeah, we've got those stars beside our character. It's like, oh yeah, now we're damaging those lanes as well when we attack. We get the extra dive. I actually may still die in super mode because I'm an utter derp, I suppose. I'm not sure we get one of the mods is definitely regenerating health. I'm not sure if they give you that one as well. That would kind of be OP, but I think that's also the point of the mode. So, hey, I'm not sure. So yeah, we've got the extra health. We've got the extra dashes. I got this laser. This is a good way to play around with some of the mods if you're intrigued as to what some of the mods do. This is some of them, yeah. There's this, and there's the laser. Laser is a different mod. There's like 4 different mods combined into this one, with like none of the downsides as well. Most of the mods are like, oh yeah, this mod lets you shoot lasers, but there's this downside to it as well. So there we go. I can try again, or I can give up. If we give up, we are now allowed into the next level. Are we now allowed into the next level? Why am I not... Oh, I didn't actually keep my... Really? I didn't go fast enough? Oh, so I actually failed the level there. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy talking to you guys. Oh, well. Let's have a look at the shop, then. I was just talking about the shop, so it seems like a reasonable opportunity. Each of the levels you can buy for 15,000, which is not terribly hard to get. You'll get somewhere between 1 and 2,000... currency, star bits, whatever. You'll get between 1 and 2,000 from each level. If you get a gold medal, I think you get 1,000 for a gold medal, and most of them are not terribly hard to get a gold medal on, and then you'll get whatever extra currency you picked up in the level. As you go along, if you go to the second planet, you'll get a little bit more money, you'll start earning money a bit faster, but 15,000 is not terribly hard to buy. These, on the other hand, are a little bit more pricey. These are your mods. So there's the Speedster mod, the one we just tried. That one costs 50,000 to unlock. I've been playing this game for somewhere in the region of about 2 hours at this stage, I think. I haven't got 50,000 total yet. I'm close, because I bought this, which is worth 15,000, I've got 32,000, I'm about 47,000. So, for me, at this stage, to buy the Speedster mod, that's like 2 hours worth of gameplay just to unlock one mod in it, which is... well, a bit of work, to be honest. Some of them that's obviously on the more expensive side of things. Meteor is the thing that lets you attack on both sides as well, that we just saw in the super mode. I think that one is definitely the most expensive. So on the cheaper end of things, you got Baby mod, which is gives you extra health, but you can't go as fast. Which, to be fair, if you're trying to play it easy, maybe you don't want to go quite so fast anyway. So that's just kind of an easy mode. You can buy that for 10,000. That's a fairly cheap purchase. Your Tourist mod, which is also kind of an easy one, that gives you your regenerating health, but you actually only do have 1 bar of health. So you know. It's an interesting one. Most of these just sort of are tweaks to things. You now attract star stuff, but the star stuff doesn't give you healing, so you're going to collect more of them. You'll get more to spend at the end of the level, but you are a bit more flimsy, I suppose. So that's interesting. What else we got? Daredevils. When you hug the wall, life regenerates, but you only have 1 meter. Turn off the hood, but gain extra health and dash. Bouncy. Bounce off the walls, but Again, reduced dash and health. There's a few things in there. Excuse me. We have these are cosmetics. These are actually more affordable, but they don't really do much. I think they have visual effects, but beyond that, it's not a lot. So bounty hunter, yes, references begin here. Okay, we've seen her before somewhere. Is some sort of space bounty hunter, right? With a cannon on her arm. I've seen that somewhere before. Commando suit. That is in fact Commander Video dressed in neon pink for some reason. Sure. Okay. Mech suit. Actually, this is the only one I don't know what it is, to be honest. A fierce robotic engineer at your disposal. Someone in the comments tell me what that's referring to, because I'm not rightly certain. Princess suit. She's, yeah, again, fairly iconic. Yeah, you might have seen her somewhere before. Ms. Pac-Man's not even subtle about what that one is. Yeah. Scientist suit, certain, yeah, aperture, laboratory, you know. What was her, what would Chell, test subject, that would be what Chell was, yes. That's what we're after. Yeah, a test subject. And Red from, Transistor. That took me a little moment. I was looking at that for a little while, and I was like, what is that? And I was like, then I saw the sword on her back, and I was like, oh, yeah, the sword gives it away, that's right. And then we've actually, if you get a gold medal on every level in each planet, you also unlock some stuff that's just kind of a palette swap of all the stuff you'd be getting with, to be honest. And all those things will go into your stash. I have very little. Oh yeah, there's also music as well, so you can buy a few things. Your standard songs are the Centauri Crash, Calypso Carmen, Loki's Moment for each of the different worlds. If you buy that, it'll kind of overwrite all the music in the game for you. You've also got stuff like Red Zepicata, which is a more hardcore song, perfect for the diving thrill. If you press preview, we can get a little bit of a preview of it. I kind of like some of these. I should probably buy these. I kind of like these songs a bit more. It kind of fits the bill. I feel like it is pretty good music for diving into a planet and dodging rocks and stuff. It's pretty cool. Got Wild Wild Pixel is a song by someone by the name of Wild Wild Pixel. I don't know who they are, but there you go. It is a Western song apparently. And Cannon Crasher is a chiptune song, so you can have those. Also the arcade mode. Arcade mode will let you play for high scores on the planets, and yeah, if we head on into our spaceship, we have a little bit of a spaceship cutscene, also unavoidable, unskippable, but there you go, it's not terribly long, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, we can go dive into a tropical paradise planet, so let's have a look at the story mode on that. Let's grab a level from there. We can kill fish, so we'll have a look at some of the mechanics on the second level. So now they have a little bit of a, oh, this is their punathlon thingy. I don't know. It's awful. It's puns. Oh dear. No. Stop. What are you doing? So we're diving not through the ocean, although it looks like it's through the ocean. There is a bug in which the controls don't work properly, and for some reason this seems to have happened here. Yeah, I've had that. That's the second time. That's the second time that's happened in about 2 hours of gameplay. So it's clearly not. It's not happening super frequently, but it does seem to happen from time to time. Basically, your left and right don't work for your character, or indeed up or down. Just none of the controls work. I don't know why that should be. So yeah, we've added some water to the levels, and they will slow you right down. If you enter that, it'll instantly set your speed to speed 1. You can continue to dash through it. Yeah, these are our seagulls. You can see it's exactly like the bats in terms of mechanics. It for a lot of level is mostly just a palette swap. There's some stuff that's a little new. Obviously the water isn't in the cave level, but yeah, obviously, yeah, seagulls are just bats by any other name. And yeah, in the water you will find fish, which are a new enemy, to give them some credits. There are supposedly some boss fights in the game as well. I've not found any yet, to be fair. I guess maybe that's just like right at the end of each section. Maybe it's only level 25 has the boss fights. Seems like that would possibly be reasonable, but maybe it would be nice to see more of those, just those. It's a more of a common occurrence rather than just once in a blue moon, because obviously a fair amount of gameplay into this. I've not actually run into anything yet. I feel like within a couple of hours I should have fought something interesting, if there's going to be some interesting fights to be had. And I have not. Again, I recognise that I have kind of skipped some content here, but I don't know. More than one boss fight, please. That would work for me. Well, that didn't work for me. There you go. That is most of the mechanics. Those are the 2 levels I've looked at, and it should give you a good handle on how Planet Diver handles at any rate. So this will be out on December 1st, as I think I mentioned earlier. It is on mobile. It will be on iOS and Android, as well as releasing on Steam for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's going to be $3.99 on Steam and $1.99 on mobile. It's a pretty cheap title, but the price disparity kind of leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. It's kind of like, it's the same game, right? I'm not aware that they haven't mentioned anywhere that there's any difference between the Steam and mobile title, but the Steam version is twice the price of the mobile one? So why would I not just buy it on mobile? I don't know. That kind of thing doesn't sit right with me terribly. I mean, I know neither of those price points are a lot of money. You're getting a reasonable amount of content. If you get into this thing, there's a lot of replay value. There's a lot of interesting things to do in this. So $3.99 will probably see you pretty well on Steam. And I think the issue is simply just that it's the nature of the mobile market. You can't sell a game for $3.99 on mobile. Nobody would buy it, quite frankly. I think that, honestly, knowing the mobile market, I think they'll have a hard time at $1.99, but, you know. Just selling the same game on two different platforms for different prices just never resonates. There's something about that. But hopefully, if this piques your interest, it won't be too big a deal for you. $3.99 is probably not a bad asking price for this little title. It's a quirky little thing. It's a bizarre affair, but it is fun nonetheless. I think I've more or less had my fill of it, to be honest. I don't think I'd want to play a lot more than this, but as I say, there's obviously with mods and arcade mode and stuff, there's definitely some replay value to be had if you get into this title, certainly, I think so. But there we go, that is Planet Diver. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Meroka, and I will see you next time.